French newspapers now. Olivia's with us here on set. Shock headline, really, for the French. Are we going to be losing the 35-hour working week here in France? It's such a big topic here, isn't it?
Yeah, the 35-hour week, which, of course, all of Europe envies us for, famously lighter than other countries. The headline was in Le Parisien this morning. This is the result of a report that was commissioned by the government to check on France's competitivity. Now, they have a great cartoon inside the paper that sums up the debate, which shows Jean-Marc Ayrault, the Prime Minister, saying it's going to be tricky to get rid of the 35-hour week, and Hollande saying, yes, I was going to have Martine Aubry as my Prime Minister, and then we really would have had some fun, because Martine Aubry, of course, brought this law in 1998, and after years of struggling for that on the left, it's a huge policy for them, very dear to many people in that party. Now, the article inside the paper sums up the report done by Louis Gallois, where he says that the 35-hour working week has crippled France financially, and he suggests a different system where each company chooses the maximum hours that their employees will work. That would be negotiated with the unions, and it would be a case-by-case system. Now, these are all leaks, of course. The report isn't coming out for another couple of weeks, but it is very controversial. It made the headlines this morning because France is famous for it, like we said, and it would be a disaster for the left if it were to go. There is, however, a smaller editorial as part of this larger report saying that an Élysée insider believes this is not really a threat. We're not going to lose the 35-hour working week. There may have been socialists such as Manuel Valls and Ségolène Royal who said we should perhaps free up the employment situation in France so people could earn a bit more money if they wanted to. But the anonymous insider says that if Nicolas Sarkozy couldn't scrap the 35-hour working week, it won't be François Hollande who's going to do it.
Can't quite see the unions going with that one somehow. More trouble for the socialists. This is the Prime Minister, Jean-Marc Ayrault. He's made a bit of a blunder, apparently.
Well, yes, he's back in the news now. He's on the front page of Libération. They had a cover showing Jean-Marc Ayrault, the Prime Minister, and François Hollande, the President, where they called them, the headline was amateurs or apprentices. This is because of a blunder that Ayrault made yesterday when he wrongly announced the cancellation of a law, a housing law. Now, that's not his job. It's the Constitutional Council who should be announcing that. An editorial inside the paper defended him briefly at the beginning, but did concede that he dropped himself in it by announcing something too early before it had been confirmed and really deviating from official protocol. Le Parisien went one step further, calling it Ayrault's Black Wednesday. They listed all of the criticism that he received from right-wing politicians, which, of course, was very quick to come in the press and in government. Jean-François Copé called it an enormous blunder, saying he was amateurish, it lacked professionalism. And Le Figaro took that line as well. The right-wing press, of course, weren't that kind to him. They made a whole list of all the gaffes that we've had from the socialist cabinet since they've been in power. They name-checked Arnaud Montebourg, who said that he was pro-nuclear power when that deviates from the official line. Also, Vincent Payon, education minister, who said that they were bringing back school on Wednesdays, which is not the case. So this was all quite a bit of a damning statement about the socialist government, saying that they lacked coherency and that they were a bit shaky so far.
Good material for the Figaro. And finally, a story which is good news for people like me, not so good for people like Olivia. Battle of the Sexes story. And we thought women were the only multitaskers around, but that is not so, apparently.
I'm quite scandalised by this news, and I'm not sure that I believe it.
Neither am I, actually,
to be honest. Anyway. Le Figaro have published news of a study in Sweden that says women are not the only multitaskers of the human race. This is a pseudo-scientific myth. The University of Stockholm says that their research proves that, on the contrary, men are a little bit better at multitasking.
Okay, yeah.
Now, I can't believe this at all. If you've ever seen a man on the phone trying to do something, I really don't buy it. But they said they got people to do simultaneous tasks on a computer and that men did slightly better. Apart from, biology comes into play, women do better when they're ovulating. So it's all down to hormones, apparently.
Okay. Perhaps we're ovulating all the time, us men. That's what does it.
Yeah, it's got to be that.
All right, Olivia. Thanks very much, Olivia Salzar-Winslow with the French newspapers on France 24.